Just a few moments ago, Justin Knight from Syracuse, our guest. What a well-spoken young man. And tell you what, just hearing him talk, he performs like a champion on the track. He performs like a champion off the track. Absolutely. And his teammates now thriving on the track. He mentioned their strategy, get lost kind of early in the race, stare at somebody's back. They're now running 1, 2, and 4. AOUANI, Germano, and Kevin James up into 4th. Eli Moskowitz of NC State running in 3rd. So things really changing. They just crossed with 6 laps to go. And the Syracuse teammates really making a move here at this point. We see
Moskowitz of North Carolina State, kind of a spoiler there for Syracuse in that number 3 hole, surrounded by orange. And Moskowitz, a guy who started his career at Brown, actually ran 1 season for the Bears before landing in Raleigh, and he's had a good year for North Carolina State. Still sitting in that 3 spot.
We still see our defending champion, Peter Seufer, Virginia Tech. He's been riding on the rail. We see him start to bounce out now. So it looks like he is considering making a move here for the first time. He's just been hanging back, running the pace, but the pack very close together. AOUANI, Moskowitz, Germano, James, and Seufer all separated by less than a second. CHEBOSON right in there with them, and Joe DRAGON, also of Syracuse, less than a second away from the leader. So 7 runners altogether, less than a second apart when they crossed with 5 laps to go.
You mentioned Seufer, last year's champion in this event, and this guy just has a non-stop engine. He showed that to us at the indoor, running both the 3,000 and 5,000, placing 3rd at Clemson this year, and one of those guys who just seems to always be in control. He's one of those guys in these distance races, watching him the last 3 years, he dictates what he wants to do. It usually is not an adjustment or a reaction, but it's his will. And even though he's kind of been sitting in that 5 through 8 spot for the duration, you get the feeling he's in a pretty comfortable spot right now.
Yeah, I think so. And what's interesting about his style of running is you can't really tell whether he's tired or not. You know, sometimes he labors a little bit for a lap, but then sometimes he looks really, really good, like he's just ready to make a move. But he is lingering there. But it's him and the presence of Elijah Moskowitz that's really stopping Syracuse from just running amok with this thing. They've got guys in the right positions. They're feeding off each other. They're moving up, taking the lead, changing turns in different positions. And if it weren't for those guys in position, you know, I could see Syracuse just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here.
They've got 5 in the top 8 right now. Pretty tremendous performance, considering that they did hang back in the early going, as their teammate Justin Knight was explaining to us. So we'll see who's really got anything left here to battle. 3 mixing into that top 8 again. Moskowitz of NC State, CHEBOSON of Louisville, and Seufer, the defending champion from Virginia Tech. All very much in contention.
Well, you know, you get a chance to, you know, you're talking to Justin Knight, and he seems almost as thrilled for his teammates when they can come away with a win, when they can come away with a medal, with a podium as well. I mean, he's been so successful, and he always certainly, you know, runs his best and gives his all, but almost seems more exciting to him when he can help a teammate accomplish something great and get up there on the podium with him.
Definitely a team-oriented athlete. He even mentioned when we talked about the transition to professional running, he referred to being part of a team again. So clearly that'll be something that he has in mind as he makes that transition. All right, on the track now, Kevin James of Syracuse has taken the lead. He had not been leading. He'd been kind of hanging back. He has put a little surge into that pace right now.
How much communication is going on with the orange when you have 3 guys who have been tight the whole race, plus you have the other 2, you know, within chatting distance? Is there communication as far as what they want to do during the course of the 10,000? It looked like almost there, AOUANI just kind of let James take over, and now he's settling into that 2 spot comfortably.
Well, most of the communication comes directly from the coach. When they hit the coach who's standing on the rail, he'll say, hey, you get up there, take the lead. He's going to, you know, and so they're getting instruction. And when you see your teammate come up on your right side, you know he's doing what he's been instructed to do. You're going to let him take the lead. It's his turn, and that's some pre-race strategy. This, guys get together in the locker room like they do in the WWE, and they figure out how this thing's going to go down. No, it's almost unspoken out there, because the guy just might give encouragement. Hey, up, slows. Hey, let's back off a little bit. But rarely ever do they turn to the other guy and look and say, hey, look, let's do this.
Right.
So the communication is very little out there, but it's coming from the coach constantly.
And really, David, for the first time, we're seeing some separation. The two orange along with Seufer and Moskowitz for North Carolina State.
James really broke it open here. He dropped almost 3 seconds off the previous lap pace. He dropped it down to a 68.82 on that last lap. And so because of that, it's only a group of 4 now. We had 8 or 9 kind of running together. We've got 4, and there's the defending champ from Virginia Tech, Peter Seufer, bouncing to the outside, taking the lead for the first time.
The bell rings and the bell lap, and will we have a repeat champion from Virginia Tech? The big body of Seufer with the lead for the Hokies.
Iliass AOUANI up, running in second. Seufer dropped it down to 66 seconds for that lap, so another big surge, and that has broken open this race. It's only 2 in contention at this point. They hit with 200 meters to go.
Seufer, Virginia Tech, the lead. AOUANI of Syracuse within striking distance. 2 completely different strides, the long legs of Seufer.
AOUANI's looking back. He's not thinking about beating Seufer right now. He's checking back to make sure he's going to be able to be safe. He's going to dig deep, see if he can go. Here he comes.
One final push by Syracuse, but Virginia Tech is going to have enough in the tank, and for the second straight year, Peter Seufer is your 10,000-meter ACC champion as he fends off a sea of orange, and Virginia Tech grabs the 10-team points.
2:05 for his last 800 meters, 66 and 59. That's how you win a back-to-back title right there, Peter Seufer. Wow.
Well, he just let so many other people do the work. He just sat there, 7th, 8th, 9th position. It was slow. It was slow at the start. Kind of looked like it was going to benefit everybody, but it's certainly going to mostly benefit a good kicker like that. 2:05 last 800. It's like nobody can hang with that. I think Kevin James did a wonderful job. He tried to take maybe the legs out of Seufer just a little bit in that third and that fourth to 4 laps to go, but it didn't seem to phase Seufer, who had all the energy and all the momentum at the end.
Terrific finish there. And Seufer, I don't think anybody would consider him a kicker in the sense of, he's got great speed that he's going to blast by you in 100, but 2:05, finishing sub 60 at the end of 10K, terrific.